All right, everybody ready? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vexus, the lurking legend, but y'all can just call me Vex. I'm sorry. These guys crack me up with some of the pre-stream conversations. Hop into the Discord, link in the description if you want to hear some of that banter. But good to be back with you all once again for another wonderful session of the Scarlet Pirates hashtag Group 2 solos. We're gonna get right into a recap after I introduce some of the crew, but first I gotta make sure I tell everybody, if you're watching this right now and you're in the chat, show some love. Make sure you like the stream. If you're checking this out in the future, you're an absolute goat. Leave a comment with your favorite part of it, and check out all the links in the description for some of the other One Piece D&D groups, like Group 3, Group 14, and Group Cody 8. I pray for it to come back every day, guys. But we have quite a spicy session tonight, and we're gonna have a little bit of an interesting recap as well. But before we get into that, we have got to intro the crew. First I want to introduce the W Helmsman himself and the DM of Group 14. We have torimori playing Bau Davos. How you doing today, brother?
Yo, it is great to be back. I'm doing okay. I'm gonna be doing a lot better here in a few minutes once we get back to soloing now. Yeah, I'm ready to be back, guys. It's been one of those Tuesdays.
Hell yeah. There's a bunch of hype in the Group 2 channel in the Discord today. I love to see it. I'm super hyped myself. Super glad to have you. And then we have next up our newest member, the cook, unofficially still, of the crew. I'm gonna keep saying it until you guys share the damn sake cups. But we have Julian Casacasa, aka Cece, played by StrawHatLucas. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing really good. Go check out my channel, everybody. Like, do that. A new episode of Rambling Addiction this week. Go over Egghead. The most important thing I need to mention, though, is that Cece's on the thumbnail now. That should be official enough to consider her a Scarlet Pirate.
New thumbnail, who dis? But yeah, we finally got there, y'all. Next up, we have our brother-in-arms. We have a man by many names, but I will just refer to him as Ragnar, who plays Lord Azrael. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm pretty good. Praise be to he, which is me. So let's go.
Let's go indeed. If you want to check your our DMs and go ahead and roll those things you were wanting to roll to cover some of the things that you would be finding out from last session. I'll go into that during the recap. So feel free to roll those right now if you want, Ragnar. Next up, we have the greatest shipwright the North might have ever seen. We have Bang D Boom, played by Partypete. How are you doing today, brother?
Greetings and salutations. And it's not just the North. I'm the best man anyway.
So I wake up every day, you know, piss excellence. Glad to have you with us.
Right. There's a reason why Tom's in jail and I'm not, you know. But yeah, definitely glad to be back and excited for the session. I'm sure we got some real wacky things going on considering the situation. Poor Philip.
Yeah, Philip's going through it. Next up, we have the first mate of the crew. We have what did we? We had a nickname for your character, right? I forgot what it was, but we got NoChill Dill, played by NoChill Dill. King Calm. I'm so sorry. How are you doing tonight, brother?
Doing pretty good. How's chat doing? Love to see it. We are back once again to solo as normal. Hey, if it counts, I was helping him.
What is happening?
I don't know how I was helping him, but I was helping him somehow, some way. Wait, that don't make sense.
We started out hot. Either you or Samia would have been helping him like pretty much all of last session, so I'll vibe with it. But wild, we're starting out hot. But before we get all the way,
blowing my mind. You can continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, before we get into what exactly these roles mean, we gotta make sure we introduce the future Queen of the Pirates herself, the namesake and captain of the crew, Scarlet, played by Balincc.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, chat? Man, great to have Ragnar back. I got news. I might be in the deep, deep waters. Everybody pray for Scarlet.
Hashtag pray for Scarlet. Hashtag group 2 solos in the chat, please. But yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about with all of that, last session was wild. Last session was one of my favorite sessions I think group 2 has ever had, and the bar's been set pretty high lately. But we have entered into the swampy wetlands beyond a graveyard, slightly towards the jungle-y mountain half of Live Neil, near the middle there. Above Lake Hole proper and above Azrael Fields, on the latitudes or whatever. This is uncharted territories for even the locals of Live Neil, like Cece and Davos. We have had quite a creepy intro into here with Dill freaking Cece out and making her think that there was a ghost in the graveyard, and strange flooded graves with no bodies present in the graveyard, and a thick mist shrouds closely around every one of the crew and all throughout this like swampy, boggy jungle area. We've also, so that means that there's a -5 to passive perceptions, as well as disadvantage on perception checks involving sight. There's also a little bit of rain trickling in, but the canopy layer of the foliage and coverage and whatnot is keeping them from being completely drenched right now, except that a lot of the time they're trudging through like chest high, like stagnant and brackish water filled with God knows how many creepy crawlies, and it has been a really interesting few steps into this bog area and very eventful. Many different investigation, insight, and apparently even religion checks. Ragnar, if you could tell us exactly what Lord Azrael is looking at with these rolls, I'll go ahead and tell you what you found.
Well, the nature check was made for the weird animals that seem to all have flowers connected to their upper body, like their napes or their foreheads or wherever they were.
Yeah,
and then
we'll do one at a time. So that the nature was, I'll go ahead and say it was the 18, because that other one was pre-session, right?
The 18? No, I rolled twice by accident. The 24 is just
okay. Perfect. Then 24 is you have so many ideas running through your head, and with Samia there to bounce off and whatnot, and you have that book that you had gotten. It doesn't register quite as a flower to you. This doesn't seem to be anything within the entire plant family or kingdom or anything like that. This seems to be something a little bit more fungal. And you could tell that there are spores.
I identified it as a fungus last session successfully.
Yes, but I don't know if you've talked to the whole crew about it, because it was just you and Scarlet. I think I said something to
Samia.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I did just say it to Scarlet. You're right.
So you had not spoken about this. So this is something that Samia and Lord Azrael will become more familiar with as they kind of studied it and saw multiple examples of it. Its behavior seemed unfamiliar, as there was a wasp that is typically territorial and predatory and whatnot, and is not very friendly. But this one with this strange balloon-like fungus coming out of its like cranium seemed to be much more aloof, and it seems that whatever these creatures that are surrounding you all right now, whatever's going on with them, it seems that they're in maybe a later stage of whatever is happening with this fungus infestation here throughout some of these wildlife and critters and things like that. Because there seem to be some that shy away from you and the crew, and some that encroach upon you. And then what was the next roll? You guys are popping off in the chat. Let me scroll way up. Sorry.
The second roll was religion. That was because of all the spooky stuff that was happening, like the ghosts and the weird sounds and just the atmosphere.
Okay, so this guy's praying to Davy Loans, asking for answers with a 23 on religion. You're somebody who has experienced many people on your operating tables on the cusp of lifelessness. And I don't know if your character specifically is one that believes in an afterlife. But something here, either completely supernatural or is something scientific, which is maybe what you're leaning towards, is on the scientific side. But something here is seemingly defying death as you know it, as a medical mind.
So it's something super scientific.
Maybe that's where you're at, yeah. But you feel pretty confident that there are you have all of the tools and all of the information is around you. You just need to continue to apply that to different examples and specimens. But right now, seems to be a very high tension moment as you guys are being surrounded. So it's hard to focus on trying to find those answers when you're also having to fight for survival yourself. And you're not quite sure what would happen if any of you were to approach lifelessness here, and if this might happen to some of you. And then were there any other rolls?
There was one insight.
And you crit. And what were you specifically looking for with this insight?
I was curious about what Philip did when he solidified the water enough to walk on it.
Okay. Yeah, you have definitely seen with Holly that there is a level of, for above table, like it's water bending essentially, like through learning like fishman karate and being able to manipulate areas of water, small bodies of water surrounding you, or even the water out of thin air. You've seen that people have been able to weaponize this, but this is one of the more utility aspects of it that you have ever seen, and it's definitely something that intrigues you. With a crit, I don't know if you've heard of surfing, but the way that Philip was kind of gabbing on and on and on about it, he might have given you and implanted this idea into your head. It's something that you have to have a good distribution of your weight and like solid balance, and also control over the water flowing directly beneath the soles of your feet. And it's something that it's a discipline that has become almost second nature to this person after probably countless hours of training and trying and this is something they've devoted their lives to. But for this person, it seems effortless. In order to reproduce something like this, you might maybe try your hand at surfing or ask for pointers from this individual.
Noted.
All right. And now, what the hell have y'all been talking about in chat? Jesus.
I think the last message sums it up. Ragnar getting some awesome lore, and we're cutting up in the chat.
But yeah, we're picking up exactly where we left off last, which is going to be in the thick of battle. Let me go ahead and switch maps really quick. But you guys were surrounded. You guys were more or less surrounded, and as combat had gotten more and more tense, each of you had noticed that there seems to be an individual approaching all of this this whole situation here, as multiple lifeless, scurrying bodies with several balloon-like fungus were approaching and attacking you, some of which did not care if their spinal cords were severed or if they were decapitated or missing limbs. They were just tirelessly and deathlessly approaching you. You guys had figured out that it is probably not safe to make close ranged attacks or deal a killing blow within breath of them as they continue to shamble forward towards you. And last we saw, Philip's eyes perked up, his bloodshot eyes, his posture straightened up, and he, you know, being like 12 feet tall or something, almost like Lord Azrael, and Big Azra, noticed his best friend, his brother, Fugu, with several balloon-like fungi
Fugu, man,
sticking out of his spinal cavity and like his head, as his Fugu's eyes are similarly but more intensely bloodshot. His blank expression stares directly towards you all, and it is at this point I am going to need each of you to in just a moment. We are going to roll initiative.
Good, because I was gonna shoot him for being such a horrifying sight.
That's crazy.
You tell him.
Hey, it's all right, Pete. We're gonna laugh.
It's alright. I want the initiative roll to be the bad one. You know, I say the good ones for later.
So Cece got that, Davos got that. Okay, I think I am caught up. I'm still waiting on initiative from 2 individuals. I'll go ahead and roll for the NPCs right now. What just happened?
You rolled the same one twice. I'm kind of impressed.
That's crazy. Did any of those hit the tracker?
Yeah, 918 hit the tracker.
I'll switch it to 1118 right now. Give me a second.
Need an initiative roll.
For this, I'm gonna say that Big Azra is gonna go on your initiative with you, Cece.
What's up? Big Ass is gonna go on my initiative?
Yes, you two will act as a unit.
I have 2 questions for you, then when it's my turn, let's go.
Okay. Let me roll this initiative. And then Samia is gonna go on your turn, Lord Azrael. Let's see. Now we roll for. I'm actually going to keep that hidden.
Maybe it's because we're standing next to each other, Dill, that we rolled so low.
You guys helping each other out?
You know that.
I don't think we're helping each other very much.
I think we were dragging each other down. That makes sense because Ragnar's third roll was also a 918, so all of us would have been right next to each other.
Crazy.
Combo attack opportunity right there.
Balincc, I don't know if you can hear me, but we are starting combat. I can roll for you, or I'm gonna go ahead and wait for you until you can get rolled, and then we'll just catch up on one of your future turns. Wonderful. Well, we'll go ahead and figure out what Balinc's initiative is going to be, and where Scarlet will be in combat once we hear back from their player. We'll go ahead and start off the round with actually, yeah, we will start with Davos. So as you see this person approaching, you do still see this this being in front of you, and now another one behind you approaching your brother Bang D Boom here, and then another one in front of Scarlet, your captain, as well as Dalt Wisney. And you can kind of see bubbles also, like in the bog water, kind of surrounding you guys through the mist. Go ahead and roll initiative, Balincc. But I don't know if it's possible for Scarlet to beat Davos. So Davos, what will you be doing?
Okay, first, I'm gonna open with, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'll get it out of the way. My bonus action, I'm gonna do my Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move up here just real quick, and I want to use action to just look at Philip and say, use your eyes, take a second. I know that's your brother, but things aren't looking so good. And then I want to smack that zombie I was already smacking around, but I don't want to apply the Zephyr Strike damage yet. I'm just gonna do a regular.
Does Zephyr Strike say on your next, or does it say? I believe there's.
It just says once before the spell ends, and
okay.
I can give myself advantage on that attack as well when I do, but
okay.
I'm still gonna save it.
So you are holding concentration. Okay, wonderful. We do have another individual holding concentration. I believe Bang D Boom, you had blessed some of the party, and then was there another? Cece had Hunter's Mark.
I had Hunter's Mark, yes.
Okay, so
on,
we have
the one that's like. I'm not looking at that. Yes, that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we have 3 people holding concentration in the party. Go ahead and roll to hit Davos. And while you're doing that, Philip's just like, what do you mean? And he's extremely confused. The 17 absolutely hits as you whack into this thing with two-handed with your quarterstaff. Philip shakes his head. Yeah, Philip kind of shakes his head, and he's just like, he's like, that's my brother. And he's like, but is he throwing some kind of party? It's not my birthday. And he like squints and like rubs his eyes a little bit, seeing the balloons, like the balloon-like fungi. And he's just like, you shouldn't have, Fugu. And there's like a tear in his eye. Anything else on your turn, Davos? As an 8 whacks into this creature, it seems to drop down. You just crash through this thing's like sternum and clavicle and left patella and other bones, you know, stuff like that. So you it is just like it's just like a kind of like a pile on the ground that kind of like hisses and gurgles.
Nice. I'm just gonna use my movement. I'm gonna dart in between them now. I know I already used my interaction, but I just want to shout over my shoulder, use your eyes, at Philip in reply to him. And I'm gonna expend my full movement. I used 5 already, so 25 gets me here for that full 30. I'm moving in on this guy next, I think, but that'll be it for my turn.
Okay, and Zephyr Strike says you don't take attacks of opportunity, is that correct?
Yeah, I dart out of city attacks.
Does it also give you extra speed?
It does when I employ that attack.
You're correct.
It gives me 30 extra then, but only on that attack. And the cool thing is, it's whether I hit or miss, I get that extra movement.
Got it. Okay, so that's gonna be it for your turn, not provoking an attack of opportunity. This other wretched, seemingly undead figure is locked in. fighting Scarlet. So it doesn't pay you any mind. Next up, we have Big Azrael and Cece.
Okay, I have a question. After what I've seen in battle so far, I think Cece would start to kind of get what's going on with the fungus. Would it take my entire action if I got the common clothes out of my bag and like ripped it so I could cover my face and Big Azrael's face, like from nose down?
So it would definitely take the interaction for you to pull it out and whatnot, and then you could just slide it to Big Azrael, as he's not gonna really be able to do anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can utilize him as a bit of a workhorse for that. If you had something else you want to do with your action, but it would take one of your full actions. But him being frightened, you would have the inclination that he's not going to be super useful with what he can do in this period of time, right?
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I want to do there. And I'm going to tell Azrael to just, rip it in half and give me half of it so I can put it around my face, my nose, and my mouth. And since that's taken my interaction, I can't interact with anyone else now. I'm going to attack the one I had Hunter's Mark. This time I'm aiming for the giant gaping hole in its mouth.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
You heard the woman.
9. But I have extra attack. So I'm going to go again.
All right.
Wait, I need to make sure I'm checking my lattice work and stuff, because the lattice work has to be on for this to see if it has anything like effect. Okay, that's sweet. And my hunter's mark. Hell yeah. Come on, baby loans. All right, yep. 21 hit.
Hell yeah, 21 hits, and you're firing at this one up here.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like chin deep, and it already like stumbled and fallen from being pelted multiple times. You could only really tell where it was based off of like the bubbling and the crossbow bolt already sticking out of its face. And as it was like attempting to raise itself up, another 2 crossbow bolts whizzed by, one of them missing just barely and the other sticking straight through the other eye socket, or like through the mouth, I'm sorry, as it was like bog water was like pouring out of it. You hear again like a pop and like a hissing, and let me see. This thing does seem to plop down, and this thing has already been like kind of brought down and gotten back up. It's happened like twice now.
Yeah.
Which one were you shooting at?
This one up here, I'll ping it.
Yeah.
Right here, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And as this happens and Davos slides right by, like just like threading the needle in between your 2 swift crossbow bolts, you can see this thing struggling to it fell forward, and like it's picking itself up once again.
Damn, nothing's stopping them. Okay, since I'm gonna use my I need to keep locked on that one. Do I? That's the question. Questions.
You're cool. While you're doing that, Big Azrael just quickly like rips the common clothes, and he's just like, "Oh, these are so tiny. I don't know if it's gonna." And he like hands you up some of them, and then he starts to like wrap a bandana like over his nose and mouth, what he can for himself. And you can kind of see that he puts it over his eyes because he's like super frightened, and then he just like peeks and he's just like, "Just let me know." He just pulls it down a little bit and like shoots you a glance. He's like, "Just let me know if I need to move," and he like pulls it back over his eyes.
While I'm looking at this stuff, can I have Big Az use his interaction to yell to the crew to cover their mouth and nose?
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, "Yeah, Cece, you got a great idea. Like, you guys try not to breathe in any of the spores. Like, hold your breath or cover your mouth or your nose." Like,
Hell yeah.
That's gonna bring us to Dalt Wisney, correct?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use my bonus action. I was gonna use it, but I'm not. You're good.
Before Dalt Wisney can go, Fugu in the distance is going to kind of like step forward through this like fanning like pond fronds, like this like little fan fern here, and as he does, he kind of like puts his arms out and takes in a deep breath, and you can see this individual inflate almost like Gomu Gomu balloon style, and as he does, he lets out like a breath, and it's almost visible. There's like purple and green and black fuming spores exiting out of his mouth and his nose, and they dissipate into the water beneath him and into the mist around him and whatnot. And as this happens, anybody can give me a perception. They're going to need to beat an 18. That is hilarious. This is not necessarily based on sight. Wow, a crit is insane.
Yeah, what's going on?
Bang D Boom, you kind of, as you see this, you kind of notice, you kind of locked onto the situation, and you know, although this one is like crab walking up to you with like its ankle joints like busted up and whatnot, crawling on like its hands and feet backwards towards you, it's like kind of menacing. But seeing this whole Philip and Fugu situation kind of unfolding and this thing getting large and in charge in the distance, you kind of like split your focus a bit, and something else pulls your attention as well. You can hear a chittering and like almost like a crackling and buzzing surrounding in every direction.
Okay.
And
no, go ahead.
you will not be surprised as swarms of insects and snakes and even sea creatures begin to pop up and surround you all in every direction.
Okay.
Which means that they are not going to be able to act immediately right now, and we will go ahead and continue on to Dalt Wisney's turn. So that's a huge benefit off of that crit, actually, because they were all about to be able to get the jump on you if we didn't get varying levels of success right then and there. Dalt can kind of hear it as well, as it's like encroaching in from several directions, and she has face to face with one of these ghoulish corpses, and she sees Davos closing in, and she's going to sidestep a little bit closer to Davos, still not provoking an attack of opportunity from this thing, and she is gonna kind of look to him and be like, I can help deal with the animals if you deal with this guy. And like she nods to you confidently, Davos, as she is going to try to sway with the voice all of these creatures that are surrounding from multiple directions.
Nice, nice. I got you.
She is going to... She's going to use an ability, I'm going to need to roll, let's see, 3 d20 really quickly. That is 1 success and 2 failures on these critters' parts. So these beetles right here that are like flying in and swarming are going to be completely unaffected by what Dalt is spitting, but she kind of like speaks to these other 2 swarms up here and is able to calm them, and they seem non-hostile, like there's still a part of them fighting back from these balloon-like protrusions as they kind of like look confused and start to dissipate slowly. So that's what Dalt is gonna do, as these 2 are non-hostile. Wonderful. And then we're gonna be moving on to the captain. Scarlet, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna cast Shadow Spawn.
Okay.
Bring up a shadow.
Shadow B. You have its token, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be the 4th member of the crew holding concentration.
Shadow.
I don't know if this would like give him an opportunity attack, but I would like step back 5 feet and have the shadow take my place.
It would provoke an attack of opportunity. Would you still like to do that?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. As that happens, this thing is going to swing in on you. Give me just a second. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
This thing is going to use its own partially broken arm to swing onto you, and so that'll technically be two-handed. With it literally pulls off one of its like now like vestigial limbs and swings at you as you like go away.
That's what I'm gonna do while my turn.
Okay, so we've got Shadow B entered the fray. Wonderful. Next up is going to be Lord Azrael and Samia. Let me know if there's anything you want her to do. Otherwise, I'll handle her stuff after you, Ragnar, but go ahead. Ain't no way.
You're muted if you didn't know. Oh, he's
Yeah, he's in the audience.
super muted.
Oh, I was gonna say
He said,
that's
"Oh."
crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm putting little red dots next to everybody who is currently holding concentration.
So I was asking, how far is Samia from the fishman?
Samia, I think she's 15 feet. Let me double check.
No, not the fish from the north side. The fish from their side.
50.
Do we have any movement disadvantage in this terrain?
While you're on land, it doesn't technically count as and this is a little chunk of land right here where this tree is, but you can kind of see where the lily pads start, and then there's like a different texture is where the water starts. That would be difficult terrain for those that applies to. Because she does not have a
Alright,
swimming
so
speed.
Samia, I'm
She
gonna
from
tell
the desert.
Samia to get on I'm gonna tell Samia to get on the back of my brother.
So you're only gonna be 3 high?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh,
She just yeets up, and like I don't know if like somebody like offers her a little bit of a hand, like a boost, but yeah, she just kind of like she's just like, you got it, like, and you guys are a little triple stack here.
Alright. That
I got
point,
it ready for you, by the way.
do I have spell slots right now?
Good.
I only used your revolver, and you guys are fresh off of a long rest, so you should have like all of your cooldowns, literally everything, I think.
Alright, so that's great. Then I will use Asylum Escape.
Oh my god. So this is
wait.
another concentration.
I'm confused. What am I supposed to put it in the chat, Ragnar?
Oh wait, I'll tell you. Wait till I get there. Alright.
Oh my
So
god.
I'll be moving with everybody on top of me, all the way to
What?
wait, all the way to right over here.
What?
Okay, let me drag Dill.
I probably should
And-
move one down so everybody can fit.
Yeah, that works.
Oh no, we were all stacking on top of you, anyways.
Yeah,
we'll
just trying to
not-
make sure everybody fits.
Just so everyone can see everybody, we'll just pretend that we won't stack your tokens though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you guys are currently occupying relatively the same space on the grid right now, which is Ragnar's token.
Now I'm gonna tell Samia to come one floor down.
I'm sorry, but she has used her interaction, and like well, she's used her whole movement. What do you want her to do right now? And we'll see.
I'm just tell Dill to drop her a floor down.
Okay, and she's just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, like
All right, I'm gonna say, Samia, we're about to perform surgery.
and she's just like, Lord Azrael, I don't think this is a very sterile environment. Are you sure about this?
It's a fisherman, he can handle it.
Okay. And she just shrugs and gets out like scalpels. Like,
Now's the time, Dill, drop it. Now tell me what we think we should do, Samia. I'm basically telling her to roll a medicine check.
no. Oh my goodness. So Samia, I'll give her advantage on this, for sure. You're wanting her to roll medicine?
Pretty much.
This is wild. This is crazy work right here. You know that? This is crazy work.
Everything is for the meme, Pete. Everything is for the meme.
Man, I'm sure glad we just got done with the long rest.
Man, I don't know what Roll20 is doing, but I am
Actually, it's
unable.
very helpful that y'all left. That actually solves a lot of confusion for me.
I have to refresh. My shit is crashing out. This is wonderful. We love to see it, guys. Give me just a second. Cue the hold music. You know, like.
Doom, 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 doom,
Like and subscribe.
doom.
Welcome back to KCR 1018. We are
Hi,
the Wolf.
I'm Casey Kasem, and welcome back. Today
Just had
we're gonna be
flashback.
playing some D&D.
I actually
Louise is
don't.
like a-
Phil and Casacasa on the radio line. What do you got for us today?
It's literally not loading. Give me just another second.
It's all right. We'll roll the backstory for Phil and Fugu. You know, as they were kids. playing in a field of sea corals.
Mother C's playing in the background. It's like dun 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 dun.
Oh no!
Playing whatever the underwater version of soccer is. They're playing water polo.
They're playing blitzball.
Jesus. Oh my God! Yes.
I can't believe you said whatever the water version of soccer is. Oh yeah, water polo.
I'm not wrong.
That is kind of crazy.
No, you're not. It's just you're not entirely right either.
It's hilarious.
Okay, we are.
Proceeds to pass the ball that moves at the speed of like a snail.
I had to open up a whole different browser window. The stream seems to be doing fine, but
The stream looks
Roll20,
fine.
yeah, Roll20 is on a whole nother level right now. We're rolling with advantage. Let me check that, and we are rolling a medicine. $28.
Pretty solid.
She kind of noticed with what Dalt was doing that there seems to be a little bit of will still in some of these creatures fighting back, or like free to do what it wants when not being controlled. And she said, if we can maybe detach these from its spine and its nervous system in a delicate enough way. And she's just like, I haven't had much study on the anatomy and physiology of and he seems to be covered in these quills and hyper inflated right now, so I can't even really reach his skeleton. But if we can find some way of getting that accomplished, maybe there's hope. And she kind of like shoots a glance over at Philip, who is just like so happy and has a tear rolling down his cheek as he sees his friend, and he looks a little bit confused as she's brandishing scalpels, and the three of you are like approaching him, and he sees these creatures surrounding, and Philip has no clue what's going on right now, but the excitement runs away from his eyes as confusion replaces it. And Samia, also confused but fairly confident that there is some way to potentially reverse this.
Well, with Samia's help and her analysis, I shall now begin surgery. You see Azrael doing like the whole Yukihira Soma thing.
Okay. Okay. You yourself, really quick. This one's on the house, no action economy required. Roll me an insight or a history, whichever you'd like. Flat. And this will be without guidance unless you'd like to give up your action.
I'm not giving up my action.
Okay, so a 21. Pretty good. You might have once or twice in your history, long ago, seen something similar to this type of critter. You might not have ever met a fishman quite like this, but you remember that critter, although it was very small and it used this inflammatory tactic to try to fend off others, packed quite a potent neurotoxin that it can deliver very swiftly on contact. So you're going to need to be very, very careful if you are going in right now for any kind of close range combat.
Perfect time for my very convenient poison mask.
Dill's over here sweating like, wait.
Yeah, because he said on contact, so to me that implies that it's not respiratory.
Oh, I know that. I'm not worried about touching it.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I don't have disadvantage to shoot it at least.
right, so let me know what I need to roll for this, Vix. I'm about to do surgery on a man fully awake. No, not fully awake, to be honest. He's not really.
You got them. You got them torture tools, right?
I do have them torture tools.
Let me get a that.
Always got a torture tools on me. My favorite tools.
Except for that one time where you were at the bottom of the ocean and all your shit got lost and you had to go and find it.
Yeah, okay. You have to remind me. I torture tools Mark II, okay?
Also, that Samia absolutely was able to get you. Like a 24 is pretty freaking good. Go ahead and roll scalpel damage.
Oh, this is gonna hurt, buddy. We ain't got no anesthetic.
Why would you lie to the man like that?
7. Okay, that's interesting. Let me go ahead and roll something very quickly. With a 7, it does not seem that you have been able to fully sever any of these balloon-like protrusions or like fungal collection and dispersion devices or anything like that. You were able to successfully get in there and maybe deal a little bit of damage. It is not disconnected, and this is one of several of these fungal protrusions coming out of different parts of his spine and brain.
You see something really great.
Oh, whoops.
Well, you're proficient in light armor.
Well, we have to keep going as usual. Surgery is not a one-turn activity.
Okay.
What's a turn?
Interestingly enough,
it's a doctor term.
It is now your turn, Dill, as you say that.
Oh no, that was in character, me saying that in response to him saying what he had said.
Yeah, now it's your turn though, ironically.
So I was gonna try and protect Galt, but I kind of seems like I'm more needed right here in front of us.
Please protect Samia.
Well, see, that's the thing, is we're on the same height right now. I guess same thing as before, just a new target. I'm gonna try and shoot the balloons off of Fugu now.
You're trying to. You are within melee range, I will say.
Oh, well, that changes my entire thing. I am not gonna do that. I am instead going to interaction put my short bow away, and as the action of making the attack, I am going to draw my swords and dual strike.
Okay. Oh, that
is
is
an 11 hit.
Is not gonna hit, no.
Damn.
Well, that's actually a real cool gif right there.
Yeah. I know we're kind of like set up weird on here, but could we be flanking him since we have all areas of opportunity to attack him?
No.
Damn.
Wild. So that is gonna be. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to do, or was that it?
Can't wall him up on Ragnar's shoulders in the middle of the open. Nope.
You're gonna hide behind Samia, like protect her. You got it. Like, you know.
Protect her, hide behind her.
Yeah. Okay, so that is gonna be your turn, and that brings us to before we it's Bang D Boom.
Wow, don't sound so happy about it.
Well, I forgot. Philip rolled so ridiculously low. He's going at like a 5. So it's below you. Still,
Yeah,
I thought he was next.
Twisting the knife. Huh?
Oh my god.
I'm going to shout to I guess Lord Azrael and Samia, and I'm just gonna say, hey, do you think fire can kill these things?
I don't know what the answer to that. Would I know the answer to that?
You would know everything around here is very waterlogged. And fire might not be really effective even on like things that would normally be effective on like grass or trees because of just how misty and rainy and wet everything here is. And Samia also kind of like chimes in and is just like, oh, you remember what Harry said before he screamed like a little child and ran away from his den that is presumably unalive now, is that the fire brought more insects.
It draws more things. He's right. So I'll be like,
right,
no,
but they're already here, you know.
No fire.
She just shrugs.
They casted rainy day.
Yeah, she shrugs. She's like,
fire
you asked.
Are weaker in rainy day.
Okay. Well, then I guess first off, I'm gonna definitely force Melissa this one in front of me. Get into my personal space.
It's within melee range of you.
Is it?
It is. It's also prone technically, so this would be disadvantage.
Oh well. On second thought, I'm gonna hit it with my mace.
It's with advantage.
Me too. Me too.
So this is with advantage then.
Okay.
Yep, that absolutely hits.
All right, and I'm like, I know it's not how you normally swing a mace, but I'm gonna like kind of jab at him and kind of back him up a little bit. It's like, hey, back up off me.
Is that real? Is that actually the macro? That's crazy.
Is it? I don't know.
It would
Are
appear
you
so.
proficient with the mace?
Proficiency isn't on damage.
Oh yeah. I thought it was.
Yeah, not a hard-hitting weapon when you swing it with one hand.
Cool. So that is going to deal some damage to this thing. What is Roll20 doing? This thing.
What is Roll20? It's hilarious.
This thing is like cratered in wherever you hit it, and there's just like this like festering like explosion of nasty goopy stuff, and let's see. Cool. It seems to cease pursuing you and moving and twitching and convulsing and completely collapse to the ground beneath you.
Love to see it. Now that it's done that, I am going to back up a little bit. Get under this tree, I guess. And I guess I'm gonna shoot these bees over here. Force ballista. I wonder how that's gonna work on a group of bugs. Let's see.
It's a 16. Did you go for the ones like below you or like?
Yeah, the closest swarm of bugs are at this one, like right here.
Got you. Okay, give me just a second. What the hell? That absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Great.
Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need.
About a half a dozen of them are decimated before you, and you notice that there are maybe that many more, give or take a few, that remain, but you have just like almost cut their numbers in half as far as the swarm that approaches.
Did the remaining living ones get pushed back 5 feet?
No.
Pretty strong bugs.
Well, only some of them got hit, and all of the ones that got hit were basically atomized.
Okay. Well then, yeah, that'll end my turn.
All right, next up is that boy Philip. We are going to roll a flat d20 because he has no modifier on his wisdom saves.
Sounds about right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
Philip,
about right.
Philip sees his buddy and that people are attacking into him and is confused and outraged and is going to run forward and get base to base with his buddy, almost in a defensive like stance, and this will provoke an attack of opportunity. This guy, oh man. So give me just a second. Roll 20, closed all of my character sheets. We love to see it. This guy does have a pretty good AC. This was made at disadvantage. 12 does not hit him, as the one that Davos pieced up before leaving does not seem to hit. Philip just runs straight through, bobbing and weaving, and he approaches his brother Fugu, yelling out like, "What do you think you're doing?" He's like, "I thought you were nice people. I thought you were helping me and him. It's gonna be okay, Fugu. Get behind me." And Fugu's eyes completely ignore him and completely disregard even the little trio behind him. And Davos, with your passive perception, as well as I believe Bang D Boom and Scarlet, Cece, what's your passive? I forget, is it 15 or what is it? Like and subscribe. Anybody with a 15 passive or higher will be able to notice that Fugu is staring directly at Dalt Wisney. And Davos, it is your turn.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Davos doesn't notice because his back is turned completely to him. He's running toward this zombie. But that's really interesting. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna continue with his original plan. Charge in on this guy, and I think I want to ensnare the fella.
Okay. Wonderful. So he needs to make a strength, is that correct?
Yep, DC 15.
That's pretty sick. That's correct.
Didn't hear fella. I heard Philip. So I was like, wait a minute, he just ran away from you. What do you mean?
He does not have proficiency in that, so it's gonna be a straight this. He is ensnared properly.
Hey, he matched that damage, though. I'll give him that.
And this individual takes quite a bit. Yeah, you take a chunk out of this individual. Wonderful. I'm not sure if you're gonna like what's next, but is there anything else on your turn?
Yeah, what would it take for me to like bound to where he'd be standing there instead?
You can give me an athletics. I'll say this is like kind of like a bonus action thing. Wow.
Hey,
Would you look at that?
nice.
With
That one's
that,
always a toss up with that 0 buff. That's awesome.
yeah, he is flung this way, and I'll say, do you have movement left?
I do, but honestly, I'm okay to just call it there. I was just gonna use that to move him. You have like taken a significant bite out of this individual, like half of their entire torso and like 2 of their limbs, and like are like completely like chunked into this like a part of your bear trap shield. And as you go to swing them around almost like a weapon, this other one behind it is trying to stand up still from like when Cece peppered it before with or salted it actually with bolts. And half of this thing that you have grappled in your bear trap shield, it basically bisects, and the half of it that is not within the bear trap shield flies off and hits this thing. And we will say that both of them are one of them for sure is down for the count, completely inoperable, and for the other one I'm going to roll something really quickly. Nice, I will take that. That's awesome.
Two
What else
of these creatures are completely dilapidated and down from the count.
Let's go.
Dude, I will take that. Nice.
As they disappear into the water. You do still have a good chunk of it in your bear trap shield right now, though. So there's that.
Yeah, is this like a top and bottom half, or like left and right? Like how?
It's like a left and right situation.
Word.
Y'all let you pick left or right, but yeah, you got one of them kind of still ensnared.
I'm feeling right.
It don't feel right to me, but okay. Wonderful. That's gonna be it for your turn. I think that was some of your movement. That was your action, your bonus action.
Yeah.
Did you want to interact at all?
No, I'll end it there.
Hell yeah. Next up is in fact going to be Cece.
Yeah, so I am going to use my interaction because Davos just took out the enemy I was hunter's marked on. I'm going to yell out and be like, "See, good show, Davos, but cover up your mouth and nose. I think the spores are dangerous." And then I'm going to use my bonus action to switch my hunter's mark to this one right here. That's kind of like creeping up on Scarlet.
All right.
And I'm going to fire my crossbow at it with delicate lattice work, of course. And I'm aiming for its mouth again. Is a 17 hit?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Nice. Extra attack. 11.
11 does not hit.
Hold on. Never mind. Bonus action attack. Yep, I'm good. That's my turn. Actually, wait, no. I'm gonna have Azrael move us so I can be right here.
Just move your token, and yeah, there you go. And then I'll put him like underneath. There you go. Okay.
Awesome.
Hey, yo.
Chill. Bro,
I'm on his shoulders.
Y'all are one
Trust
to
me.
talk. Y'all are
Cece wishes.
y'all are over there like legit pirate docking. Like
Cece's trying to get some pirate docking going.
stop.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting Samia to get in on it, but
Yeah, Robin would never, but apparently Samia did.
Hey,
Listen, I'm the archaeologist. It makes sense that I wouldn't want to, but I do.
oh no.
That might be the one thing that differentiates us as like a smidge better than the Straw Hats, just because we have the full ensemble for it.
This guy. Before Adult Wisney can go on a 15 and some change, Fugu is up. And Fugu is going to completely ignore what's going on behind him for now. And the first thing that he is going to do is lift up a big hulking arm. Think like Shadow's Asgard version, like Moria, where he's like big inflated swole dude. Like, and he is going to shove Philip, this hulking dude, out of the way. And remember, Fugu is the brains and Philip is the muscle. And this is going to be, the first roll will be Fugu. The second roll will be Philip.
crit fail, crit fail, crit fail. No, that's the wrong one.
You called for it. You literally asked.
I wanted it to be the first dice roll.
Philip is going to be thrown to the side, and his head will be submerged underwater as he is knocked prone. And Fugu is going to use a interaction to let's see. Yeah, he can do that.
Oh, can I make an argument here? Philip is a fishman. He has advantage.
They would both have advantage in that case, so I can roll them both.
That is true. That is true. But is this one fully a fishman right now? He counts more as a revived.
He could be both.
Hold on, I wouldn't argue that point right now because Philip's other roll could still beat a 15 as long as Fugu's other roll doesn't beat a 15.
We'll see. First roll's Fugu again. Second roll is Philip again.
Come on, Philip. I believe in you.
Oh! Okay, so he stands his ground and he's just like, oh brother, no, we don't do side hugs, and he goes in for the full hug.
Oh my god.
Philip and Fugu for Nakama.
He reverse grapples this inflated like a pufferfish fish man, and now confused but also still not focusing too much on what this person is doing. He has assessed Adult Wisney as something that needs to immediately be addressed, and this swarm is going to approach her, and it is going to let it rip. As
Equal amount of shame and respect is hilarious.
15, I believe, does hit Adult Wisney. Let me double check. I forgot to check her spell slot down. Yes, it does hit Adult Wisney. She is going to receive this much damage. Okay.
You need to get her some armor.
She actually has unarmored defense, which is crazy.
To be honest, we just need to train her a bit more physically. She's a bit feeble.
This is not gonna be able to get quite up on where she's at. This one will also not be able to. but it's gonna be like right in her. Well, it is literally exactly like 40 feet. So that is going to bite at her as well. And Davos, you're just seeing her get swarmed by like tons of critters. That's insane.
Was that one in melee range with me?
Which one?
No. The one that you just moved last and never all had.
No, that one was over by Fugu. That one's like way away from where you're at.
Over here. I'm in the.
No, it was not within melee range of you. Wow. So that's a chunk of damage. And Davos, it's almost like a hurricane, like of just like wing, like little chittering, like flapping and buzzing wings. As Dalt gets completely surrounded and almost eclipsed. Like there's so many swarming like beetles, wasps, bloat flies, centipedes and things like that, like snakes just like completely like closing in on her. It is a jarring sight to see. Next up we have this one moving. It is gonna get over by Scarlet, and it's actually gonna attack Scarlet. I don't think a 13 hits you at all, Scarlet. This one is going to move forward, and this one is going to retaliate at you, Bang D Boom.
Oh, okay. That does not hit.
Love to see that. And then, were there any others? I think that was all of them, right? Or am I tripping? Kind of messed up if you guys don't tell the blind guy. No, I'm kidding. Like, I think that was all of them. Just double checking.
Wait, you don't got, that was actually one too many.
Okay. Yeah, that was in fact all of the active swarms right now. And then Fugu is going to also this is something that he can do as a bonus action. He is going to take another deep breath, and as he does that, he is going to continue further to inflate. I'm going to need a dexterity save from the tower.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's fine. Technically, I'm the base of the tower, so.
Yes, which means if you fail, we all fall regardless.
I'm gonna need Ragnar to roll it first before you do. So Lord Azrael, go ahead and roll right now, and then we'll see if that affects the other two rolls. And this is flat.
If he fails, I'm jumping.
It should be fine. You worrying too much.
I think I worry adequately for a devil fruit user about to fall face first into some water.
This is flat because you only have advantage from being a fishman. You only get it on strength. Is it correct?
That is true. It is only on. I just checked. I thought I had it in a whatever it's called.
Okay, so Dex. you are going to fall prone.
I'm also.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm also on my Dex meds right now.
Does that
give me advantage? But you know, it does make a difference. You know.
It does make a difference. You are not going to be knocked prone, and this does not give disadvantage to the other two. So now, Dill, you can go ahead and roll, and I will roll for Samia. 14 is enough to pass. Let's see if Samia can hit the DC as well. Well, okay, so she good.
Samia just did a backflip and then landed on one hand on top of this pile.
Shit, like
And stabilized all of us in the same instance.
you guys, like, the way that I picture it is that you guys were like falling like in one direction. There was like a vine like from like across these like two trees that you guys are in between or something, and she like grabs that and like plants her foot and like tries to stabilize like all of y'all, and like she ends up like maybe kicking one of y'all in the face or something, but she's just like whoops, sorry. Like,
Nope, my fault.
She kicks him, not me.
bro. So crazy. So he gets even larger and in charger, and he seems to be stockpiling a bit here.
Oh my god. You oversized balloon.
And that brings us to Dalt Wisney, who is absolutely being literally swarmed right now. Literally swarmed. And she is going to burn another spell slot, actually, to try to get this shit to stop. This is actually gonna not do as well as okay. There's kind of nothing else for her though, so that's gonna be, yeah, we're gonna do this. Cool. She is going to get 2 more of these swarms to kind of dissipate. The one that is not fully approached just becomes non-hostile, and the one that was like right here is also non-hostile. So we have 2 more swarms down, and Fugu gets a little bit angrier as he sees this, and there's just like it's like almost like enraged. She used basically animal friendship. She's just kind of like speaking out to them and having them fight against like the will, like, because these are still living creatures, so there's still a will inside of there for her to attempt to sway. It's the voice. It's not Conquer's Hockey, but wouldn't that be hilarious? That is her full turn. She is not gonna use any movement right now, which brings us to Scarlet.
All right. I'm gonna have Scarlet come around here, and like me in the shadow, and like try to double team this monster.
Okay, there is a swarm here that was attacking you, so that's gonna provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh damn. Well, I'm gonna have the shadow attack this one, and I'm gonna fight the fish. So
okay.
This is for the fish. And then this is
I think that still hits. Yeah, that does hit.
Damn.
That also hits, so you can go ahead and roll both of those damages. Ain't no way. That's crazy.
Keep it consistent.
Okay.
I'm a bardic inspiration. Dill.
Okay, Dalt gets bardic. Wonderful. This is, wow. Okay, so this thing is decimated by Shadow B. And then we have, let's see, this swarm hopping up out of the water and whatnot is Wow. Yeah. Cut almost exactly in half yet again by your greatsword swing. Huge.
Yeah, I'm at my turn there.
And Dalt gets bardic. Let me remember that. I'm gonna put a little color thing right here. It'll be a blue one. And oh shit, you know what we didn't do? Concentration. So Scarlet, you were holding concentration and you did get hit. No, you didn't get hit. Okay, no. So then Davos also did not get hit. Nobody technically got hit that was holding concentration. Okay, I didn't forget this time. Let's go. That's all you're gonna do. That's gonna bring us back over to the tower over here.
Yeah.
Our tower is strong. As I proceed to step,
All he did was inhale.
I'll allow you.
Back.
Yeah, I'll allow you three to take your turns in tandem since you are like right on the same spot in initiative basically. So if Dill and like Samia and Lord Azrael all wanted to do, oh no, wrong person, sorry. But however
So
y'all are wanting to do this.
Before we move, I would like to get an attack off before we try and leave its range.
We're not leaving its range. It's still 5 feet.
Yeah, that's why I want to do it before we move, because then it's outside of 5 feet.
Why do you all keep on saying combo attack in the chat? I'm doing surgery. It's not an attack.
Right,
so the way that maybe I'm thinking we could flavor this still is that Samia like sees that your swords are like potentially going to be very effective in that what Lord Azrael tried to do with the torturer's tools were not as effective. So I am going to, if you're cool with this, I'm going to roll a medicine for her and we'll see if that can maybe grant you some sort of surgical bonus to your shit, you know what I mean?
Let's go.
Combo surgery. Oh my God.
Combo surgery. If she does, I'm gonna set the DC here to be able to fully help Dill. She's gonna need to roll above or she's gonna meet a 17 DC. If she exceeds a 23 DC, which she absolutely can do, she'll be able to help both Dill and Lord Azrael.
Let's go.
It's Samia. She can do it. Told it.
Let's go.
That's
Oh, she beat it by 5.
insane.
One of the most reliable NPC. I'm just putting that out there. Just put that out there.
This is crazy. So go ahead and you can roll with advantage and you can even apply sneak attack to this brother Dill.
All right, so on top of that, I am going to interaction just for the flair, you know, because we gotta always be about the flair. Interaction, stow one of the katanas. That way, on my action of the attack, I can draw the katana.
Yeah, jutsu. Yeah, you're going for the whole Rashomon
Yeah.
technique.
And he critted? What? What?
This is for the same thing that brother was trying to do, is trying to like comb off all of the growths that are popping up on it.
This is insane.
And
Look how, you know what's sad about this? I'm gonna be the one to flop this. I can feel it.
Go ahead and roll to hit. You roll your with advantage. Roll your torturer's tools if you want.
All right, let's see what happens, boy. You know, we're gonna roll some torturer's tools. You know what happens when we roll torturer's tools? We torture.
That's also really solid. Go ahead and roll me 2 damages from your scalpel.
Here's the thing, Vex. I realize my scalpel didn't exactly work. And I'm wondering if my jade dagger
Yes, absolutely. Roll it twice, just the damage. Oh my god.
This is why we got the Jade Dagger.
So
This is my
I would like
expensive
to-
scalpel.
I would like to Whales from the Grave Philip to try and get him to snap out of it.
Jesus.
Oh, that's pretty
Hold
nice.
on.
That's nice.
Let me do math really quick here. So
Yeah.
we have 17 plus 5 is 22 plus 12 is 34, 38. We have 44, we have 51 plus 21 is 72 damage. Is that correct?
By the way, I was trying to say if I could apply herbs. I don't know if that would make a difference.
Next time, say that first, brother. So hold on. 71 points of damage, surgically enhanced onto the spinal, protrusions from Fugu here. With crit herbs, whatever. How are you trying to flavor this, Lord Azrael?
I'm gonna do some hot tour on these open wounds.
No, I can flavor them. He's giving him that hawk to it. By means of that, he's chewing up some of the 1,000-year herb and he's spitting them in that thing.
Oh my god. Can y'all not?
I'm gonna name my herbalism kit hot tour right now.
I hate it here. I have a same. Big same. Wild. Now I can put Hawk Tua in the keywords for the metadata of the video, and that'll probably give me some more impressions. So
Hawk Tua no jutsu.
go ahead and roll me. You don't have to expend one, but go ahead and roll me a potion of greater healing twice, Ragnar. There's a macro for it right below your second wind.
No problem. I'll see it.
Bro, Pete, you used the wrong symbol there. It's supposed to be positive 1,000 aura, not negative.
Well, that's pretty good, actually. Right?
That's insane. That's
That is actually really good.
insane. You get to
That's
roll it.
actually really
You
good.
get to roll it again.
30.
No
Wow.
way.
Nice.
So,
Dude, let's go.
so 71 points of surgically precise damage. You guys are going to lop off 5 of the connected balloon-like fungal protrusions, which would be the full number. And the amount of blood spewing out is immediately treated by a topical salve, and you heal this person from the excess damage that was dealt entirely. As Fugu passes out and begins to deflate like a party balloon, and you hear like the goofy little fart noise, like a
I'm gonna use my interaction and tell Philip, see? I told you we'd save him.
Oh, well. I think mine still goes off because it's whenever you deal sneak damage.
yeah. I mean, you can go ahead and roll your wills from the grave, bro. What a time to roll
Ain't no
next.
way, bro.
Talk about wasting crits.
No, it's not max because max would have been 12, but I got one.
Okay.
I got one of them.
So, yeah, Philip, it feels like a wincing, like almost like a cold dagger in the back of his mind, and then gets hit with a little like whoopee cushion sound effect of his brother deflating, and you can see him kind of wincing and being like, oh, something bit me, and then he like hears the like air escaping Fugu, and he's just like classic Fugu, and he goes to like slap him on the shoulder as Fugu passes out, falls to the floor. Philip is going to catch him before he like sinks beneath the bog water, and like it's, you know, like they're both like, you know, Philip drops a knee and Fugu was like trust fall position, you know, like, so they're prone in front of the tower right now after you guys combo surgery. Insane. So we have dealt with 1, 2, 3. There is this one also got dealt with, right? Yeah. So there.
Oh, I should end it. Kowalski, status report. That's so good.
Surgery was successful, doctor.
So there are very few combatants left here. I will say that you guys will be able to deal with them, no sweat, and we'll end combat there.
Let's go.
Man, I was just about to pull out some humdingers.
And Dalt, Wisney, as well as Brother Davos, as well as the tower. I am going to need Constitution saving throws.
Now, this is the point of time in which it doesn't matter if Ragnar fails, because I can still fail equally as bad and don't. First one was better, anyways, but I shouldn't have had advantage on.
Strong wills. Use them if you got them.
Oh no!
I was just thinking. I think I might. I'm gonna use at least.
If
one.
this is for the mist, I was gonna hand over my mask to Samia since she would be the more feeble of the three of us.
So you want to give her advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do right now, because that first one was for Dalt.
All right, so hear me out, right? Do I have a respiratory system?
What, Dill?
Do I have a respiratory system?
Yes.
Damn.
You're partially pneumatic.
Yeah, I know that I don't got blood, but
Genos.
You are part.
Do I breathe?
Okay, so Samia coughs. Davos, you're fine. Dill, you also cough a little bit. And then last but certainly not least, Captain Scarlet. Roll with disadvantage.
Oh no. Scarlet. Hey, God.
Oh, go.
Never mind. Oh, no.
Oh. Wait.
Wait, hold on. Am I close enough to help Scarlet? I'm proficient in
Can I do this?
Because that would make it flat at least.
So what's the reaction is triggering.
I have it. I'll use a spell slot and say I'm using a healing spell.
I will take disadvantage.
I'll get
that's
fine. You're not even over there.
Mine's a 10.
With Cece and Bang D Boom's help and Shadow B standing on business, Scarlet, I'll say this, the 17 is fine here. But Scarlet, yours wasn't quite for the same thing as the others. Samia, noticing what she has noticed, starts to panic a little bit, and she looks at Brother Dill, who also coughs, and she's like, oh, it's as bad as I thought. And she's like, quick, look at me. Are my eyes bloodshot?
Do I have to roll for it?
No, you can see directly into her eyes as the veins start to swell up around them.
Yeah, I'm assuming mine are doing the same thing right now.
And Davos, you can see, I actually forgot I needed to roll a second thing really quickly.
Wait, do I even have a spell that does detoxify or something?
That's what I
spell
thought.
was that?
I'm also looking for something because I thought I had something as well.
Dalt Wisney coughs up blood.
Ooh.
And
God.
falls to her knees prone. And Sabia is just like,
catch her.
this isn't good, Lord Azrael. And she like kind of throws the book like towards you, and she's just like you can do this. And she's just like, but I don't know how much help I'm gonna be. And she looks you dead in the eyes, Lord Azrael, and she's just like, if I become like that, you know what to do. And she kind of like,
don't worry, I'll turn you into a marvelous experiment.
And she's like, no, perform surgery just like we just did. What are you talking? And she coughs and yeah, she passes out. She's donezo for now.
Brother, take me out of the water, please.
Well, he should be fine. What are you talking? He's real bad.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. What was happening to what was happening to Scarlet? Or did we not get there?
Dalt Wisney also passes out shortly after. Scarlet, you feel again like a coldness in the back of your
Davos has
mind.
it.
You feel almost like a weight is being lifted off of you, almost like a type of freedom that you're not sure if you're okay with, and it sends shivers down your spine and your hairs are standing up on end. And you don't necessarily cough, but your eyes have been bloodshot for quite some time. And after all of this, enough time has passed. You kind of like, you feel like a shiver going down your spine, and like maybe if you run like your finger down the back of your neck to like be like, what's going on? And you feel a bump.
Like on my neck?
Where your neck meets your back, you feel a bump there.
You see Scarlet like fucking scurrying in a circle. Azrael! Ah! They got me! Fuck!
I'm gonna grab Scarlet by the shoulders and just be like, "Hey, get your shit together." Right, they fixed that guy over there, so let's just give it a second, but don't exert yourself anymore, and put something over your face. You don't need to inhale any more of those spores. And as I say that, I'm gonna also tie a piece of my shirt around my face.
Yep. Everybody who is not unconscious right now can roll me an insight.
Okay.
Did I lose
Dill,
consciousness?
Dill, you are so no, but you are you're feeling extremely weak right now, and you are already kind of like non-mobile because of like the fact that you have to, like, while wading through these waters, you have to be on your brother's shoulder, so you're just kind of like, you're taking it easy, but you can still talk and notice things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Brother, I said to not let me go into the water. What are you doing?
I never
Wait.
dropped you.
I'm not in the water right now?
You would drop on my back. Why would you fall in the water?
I'm so
Oh,
weak.
he's hallucinating. That makes sense.
Cece, as well as Davos, are going to notice something interesting. Dalt, who was tore up by these individuals and who was in some of the like spore cloud, unfortunately, and she was targeted severely, as well as Samia, who's lost consciousness, and now Scarlet's freaking out. but there's one individual who you were all pretty sure was affected, who seems to be doing fine. As Philip lifts Fugu's unconscious corpse up from like the whole taking the knee, catching him like trust fall, you know, like situation, lifts him up and like kind of fireman carries him, and he's gonna walk him back over towards dry land, and he's just gonna be like, oh, that was pretty scary, guys, but y'all did fantastic. Thank you so much for helping me find my brother. Next up, we just have to find your ship. And he's just like looking around. He's like, whoa, what's happening? Like, and he sees people like coughing and freaking out and passing out.
Dude, do you not see what's going on? What are you talking about?
Wait, Bang, I think he's immune to the spores. Look, his eyes are red, but he's not showing any symptoms like the others.
I'm gonna like grab his face and start looking in his eyes. Like, see if it really like. You know what?
Whoa.
You're right. Hey, why are you okay?
Bang grabs his face from 6 feet lower.
He like tippy toes and like hops up.
The metal has a hydraulic lift in it, so I just go and it goes up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
he's just like, oh, why wouldn't I be okay? I found my best friend, my brother, and he like wipes a tear out of his eyes. There's like snot coming out of his nose, and like he's just like,
yeah, I'm gonna like smack him in the face like softly, like no, like look, the poison. You see how everyone else, or not everyone else, but a lot of people got the red eyes, coughing, real sick. You were standing right next to him. Why are you okay? Did you eat something? Did you take something? I need you to speak right now.
Above table, I want to point out that this guy has 7 intelligence. I just want to put that out there.
yeah.
That's why I'm not being nice to him. I need
While
him
you're
to
asking
just
him
start
all of
giving
these
him
questions, he's like, oh no, whatever you do, don't eat anything around here. Like I told you guys earlier, like the food here is trash. It tastes horrible.
What did you eat?
Wait.
What did you eat?
I said there were these berries. They looked really good, but I spit them right out. It was bad.
Find some more of those.
Do you feel, Philip?
Yeah.
Do you feel weak in water?
No, I'm in my element when I'm in water. I feel totally tubular.
Never mind. Do you remember where you found these berries?
He's just like, oh man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If I were in that spot again, I would know it, but I'm not good with directions, you know, like that was always. And he looks at Fugu and he's just like, he gives him like a big hug and he's just like, oh, I'm so glad I found you.
Wait, is it close to where you met us at least?
Oh man, I must have been running around for like at least a half an hour.
Wait, show him the book. Samia had a book, right? Show him the book. Maybe it's in there.
Oh yeah, maybe it's in the book. Open the book. Is it this? Is it this?
He's like,
How
whoa,
about this?
these pictures are pretty nice. He's just like, he kind of flips through and he's just like, no, definitely not that. Not that. He's like, oh, I've seen that here, but that wasn't it. And he's like, wait a minute. No, that definitely wasn't it. And he's just kind of flipping through, scratching his head. He's like, I don't think it was, I haven't seen it yet, but I can keep looking. And he's just like, he kind of like,
please keep looking.
He's like, oh man, the books give me headaches. And he kind of like punches his head a few times, like in frustration. He's like, this is Fugu's thing, not mine.
Listen,
I'm gonna grab his face again.
Because we tried to save Fugu. If you can't help us find these berries, you better count yourself as dead. Same thing for Fugu here.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Philip's head and just turn it back towards me, and just like my cannon sitting on my shoulder. I'm gonna just have to like charge up a little bit, so it just kind of makes that like turn on noise, and it's like, I need you to remember real quick.
He's like,
I just realized Azrael threatened a fisherman for a human. I want to take this all back.
Don't
no,
worry,
it's too late.
Don't worry.
It's a canon event, literally.
Right. I'll do it if he doesn't want to.
Oh my god. And he's just like, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not seeing it, but it looked like little berries, and they had, it was like there were like pink ones and purple ones, and it was they had like little spikes on them, and like if I saw it again I would definitely be able to tell you, but I'm not seeing it in this little picture book here.
Question, Vex. How much would you say Fugu weighs?
A lot?
Probably like about 350 pounds.
Okay. I think I can handle that. I'm gonna put Fugu in the bag of holding.
Wait, what?
No.
No.
He's too big for that.
I don't recommend that either.
Why?
He's
He
just
can
too
survive for 5 minutes at most in the bag of holding.
he's too
He's
wide.
dead.
He's just
Fugu is not dead.
He said he had his corpse.
He's unconscious.
So he called him a corpse. I assumed he was dead. You don't call unconscious people corpses.
No, there were other corpses that were all around here.
Right. No, but you said Philip picked up Fugu's corpse.
I don't believe I said that. I said his unconscious body.
Oh, I thought he was dead. Well, then never mind. I'll tie him up though.
Well, he was within an inch of like life, and then the healing was like honestly like what really clutched it. So but yeah, like
Yeah, I will tie him up though. He will be a hostage until Philip comes back to the fair.
he's just like, oh no, he can't go through that again, and he just like starts panicking, and he's like, he no, this is, and he kind of like starts freaking out, and like his eyes
We're
start to
not
like,
tying up the fisherman bag.
I've already tied
Just
him.
focus on the book.
you can see him go into a rage, and he is looking at you, and he's just like, no, you can't, and like he said, never again.
And I'll I'll start to untie the. Hey, I was already untied him. Relax.
Listen to me. You know how I feel about these restraints. They feel the same, man. Just don't do it.
Look, I could care less about any of that. Our captain is slowly deteriorating, so let's put some berries.
I understand. This one's a bit slow. We have to be a bit patient, unfortunately. Look, Fugu, the book.
And he's like,
Lord Azrael, if he can't remember where the berries are, could you take his immunity and give it to the others? I don't know much about medicine, but like, it's a fair question, right?
Blood transfer? In this environment?
Whatever it takes to save
If
the
it's
captain,
pain-
Scarlet has to be.
If you guys are willing to put them through pain, I can do anything.
Philip
But
like
can I do it painlessly?
Philip
No.
like raises his hand, and he's just like, how about we all split up and look for the berries?
We were not splitting up.
Yeah, that's the dumbest idea I've heard so far.
I'm the one
up.
to vote for splitting up. Splitting up is not what we do here. Right?
I told you guys, I'm
split
not
up in the zombie graveyard. He said.
I'm not the
What?
brains. I told you guys. And he's just like, and he punches himself in the head a little bit more, and he's just like, Fugu, I need you. And he like shakes his brother a little bit, and
Wait, did Fugu also see these berries?
Oh, he's not dead. Can I slap Fugu in the face, like wake him up?
No, don't slap an unconscious man. You're trying to kill him.
You don't have to assault him. Just like a tap, like hey, wake up.
It's an attack. He'll die.
I know. I didn't. I was gonna punch him.
Can I rub my hand under Fugu's like nose, smelling salt style, and wake him up?
You can
whoa!
you can
You know what?
absolutely
That might work.
hold on.
That actually might work.
Hold on. So that is the best idea I have heard yet. You attempt this, and you can kind of see like his eyebrows like furl a little bit, and he winces, and then like falls back unconscious almost instantaneously, as if
He's too tired.
there's like levels of exhaustion and malnourishment at play here. And this person, although their wounds on their back have been treated, they have been put through the absolute ringer and are within They are literally in the threshold of lifelessness.
He needs some milk.
Okay.
So if I heal him, will he wake up? Is this because he's low in health?
He has
It's
been
still
healed.
exhaustion.
Yeah, he has been
Yeah,
healed
it's not
already.
health. All right,
But
so one
I
piece
roll
we're
a further insight
okay,
on-
I know I was joking earlier, but he actually needs milk. Just putting that out there.
okay, what was that?
do you-
Davos.
I wanted to roll a further insight or like maybe perception, but something on Philip.
Okay, go ahead and roll either of those two things. Holy shit. So what are you trying to gauge off of this insight?
Davos is maybe slightly panicked after seeing his captain and then Dalt right in front of him, so affected by like spitting up blood. And the next thing he saw was Philip unaffected, and he feels slightly suspicious. So I'm just kind of looking for anything maybe with an angle like that, or, you know, disproving that, hopefully.
Oh yeah. So if you're trying to like kind of like suss out any potential ulterior motives, this person truly and absolutely seems, and I cannot stress this enough, dumb as bricks. Completely incapable of deception in any
7
form.
in intelligence.
Like,
I mean,
Even if he-
me and Big
even
Ass
if
are
he
gonna move
did
closer
lie-
to the
hold on,
party.
it's a valid concern.
Vex.
It is a valid concern, but
It's like even beyond deception, like maybe this is a different sort of pawn. That
This
is
I'm
just more
I'm
elusive
gonna
to
lean
us.
in and whisper to Bang and be like, listen,
That
there's
might
this kid
be
at
a
the
factor,
orphanage,
though.
had the same look in his eyes, not a like light of intelligence there.
Yeah, but that might be a factor. That might like if he's a tool, a further. I mean, I don't know. I feel like now that we're talking about it, I'm probably wrong. But
What about
that's
this,
kind of what I
Vex?
was thinking was
Could
I
I-
don't
could
know
I
what kind of a
cast-
pawn he could be.
Could I cast guidance on Philip to help him go through this book?
Yo. Can you snap guidance?
Anybody got bardic inspiration to give this man the inspiration, the will
listen,
to get through this
Yo,
book?
Vex, you can hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I was thinking, in the middle of this, can I send my shadow spawn to like read that book with Philip and see if he can go find that berry?
Yeah, so as Philip is like kind of panicking and in between punching himself in the head and wishing that he could find the image in this book, he reaches the last page. And then he's just like, oh no, there's no more. And he's like, and I didn't see it. It's not here. And he looks like very sad. And he kind of like punches the ground and he's just like, I don't, if we could, I don't know. They all, hold on. And you can see like this man's like, there's like the little buffer wheel. Like he's like trying, he's like really trying right now. And he's just like, if we could find your ship, I remember that the berries weren't far from there. I could probably find them again. But I don't see them in this book. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna pick up Dill and I'm gonna pick up Samia and just start running in. Somebody take the captain. We're heading for the ship. Full speed ahead.
You don't even know where the ship is. Okay.
We have no idea where the ship is at all.
No. Completely
Oh my
clueless.
God.
I mean, we were supposedly heading in the right direction before this fight.
For the most part. I mean, like, it's like a wide berth, though, you know what I mean? Like there's like as long as you're not going back the way you came, you're presumably heading in the right direction. From the previous navigator's tools check that Scarlet had made last session, Scarlet is actively aware of your position from the coast. There is no way of knowing where your ship is right now, though.
Okay, so here's the thing, guys.
So you're not lost.
Stay here.
Wait, is there someone on the ship that still has a din?
No.
Like Russ?
That was established last
the only
session.
person that had a din was Harry, and he lost them.
Oh, right. I just needed to know. Okay.
I'm saying what we could do is this is an idea to throw out there. I am currently able of keeping them stabilized. You know, y'all could go look for the ship.
Why would we leave you here?
Why would I leave you here?
Right, why would we leave you here?
Well, there's 3 of them, and if for how I'm seeing it is, if we run with them, we can find the ship in time. But if we don't find the ship in time, they might be in worse condition. That's just me guessing. Or I could stay here to keep them stabilized the entire time.
I don't think leaving them here is going to present as much extra value. I'm going to be honest.
They're not going to be like this now.
Right,
Azrael,
we can
did you
just
carry Scarlet as well?
We can just all go.
Unfortunately, I only have 2 arms at the moment. Stop making
No, I said Azrael. So big as. I'm talking to big as.
Yo, Vex.
What's up?
I'm thinking right for flavor. Can I possibly coat myself in my shadow spawn and use my walking speed?
Yeah.
Or use my shadow spawn. Let's go.
I'm cool.
That's how I'm gonna get up.
I was say, is Scarlet incapable of walking? Are you past that class?
No, Scarlet's not passed
I
out.
just heard I was going through it.
Scarlet's just freaking out. Yeah. Dalt is incapable of walking.
So yeah, it's not like we have to carry every single person, you know.
Well, there's the devil fruit users that cannot enter into the water,
like Cece,
and like
I'll hold
and
it.
Dill.
I don't have a
Dill and Samia.
Okay, but so there are the passed out individuals, and then there are the devil fruited up individuals, and so that's like the main crux of like traveling, plus people who are not like actively like Lord Azrael are walking through difficult terrain, and chest high water to like Big Azra and Lord Azra is like up to your eyeballs if you're like a normal proportioned individual. So it's very difficult to traverse through all of this right now. Bang Deep Boom. Give me a carpenters.
Ain't no way.
Oh, yeah, I think you knew what I was about to say.
I knew exactly where you were going. I knew exactly where you were going.
Baby loans.
Wait, do I have advantage on me? No, that's not a correct. That's the thing.
Times like this,
26.
Let's go.
Come on, bro.
So
he could have rolled any number. He rolled top.
So yeah, you think that
Shipwright.
between the fallen trees, like the logs that are nearby, as well as some of these other like pieces of wood, you can probably fashion some tangled, twisted semblance of a vessel.
Yeah, like a little dinghy type thing.
So you're gonna be able to do that. Lord Azrael, or I'm sorry, Big Azra will help you. He'll lop a fucking tree down and like he'll start like he's just like, what do you need me to do? And like you guys can use vines to like kind of strap it up and tie it together and whatnot. And you guys do craft some semblance of a vessel here. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before you guys set out?
I'm really trying to keep it PG. I'm guessing me and Philip are pulling the boat.
Wait, no, Vex. I was gonna say, can I make it like an airboat? And I'm just gonna use I'll just keep shooting my force ballista off of that. It's like a propulsion from the back.
That'd be quite loud, but I mean, you could do that, yeah.
I mean, I'm not worried about waking up the neighbors at this point.
It's not the neighbors, it's the goddamn forest animals.
And the dead, you know? Like, but, yeah, I mean, one way or the other, you guys are going to be able to fashion some form of mobility pretty adequately. This is going to kill just a couple minutes. You're going to have help with Big Azra and things like that. But while this is happening, obviously, Lord Azra can tend to anybody's immediate wounds and concerns. Everybody is, at the very least, stabilized medically, for lack of a better term, although there are some individuals who are unconscious. While this is all happening, Cece, roll me an insight.
Hell yeah. Hell no.
Something about this situation kind of struck a chord with you, but you can't put your thumb on it, and you're a little bit confused, but it reminded you of like half of something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're just not quite
like, there's a memory there, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's just, in the heat of the moment, and with you thinking there's like legitimate fucking ghosts and zombies and shit around, like it's like so hard to process everything all at once for you, but you're like you're thinking that you're onto something.
Nice.
But you're not quite there yet. What I will say is that this is like enough time passes while this is happening, Bless will wear off. Because that is no longer going to be in effect. Hunter's Mark, there are no more targets for it, so that will also wear off. You're no longer concentrating. During this time, Expeditious Retreat or Asylum Escape or whatever will also wear off. I believe the Shadow Spawn has a long enough duration and does not require an active target, so the Shadow Spawn can remain for a bit beyond like this, but you guys can all remove the little red dots from your icons except for Scarlet, who's still maintaining concentration.
I don't know how it got there.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
You just click on your token on the map, and then there's like a gear and a little dot below, and click on the dot, not the gear, and then there's like a whole little list of icons you can tick on or tick off. I'll untick yours, Ragnar. There you go.
Oh, I did it. I actually did it.
But so Philip and Fugu, Philip is like kind of like he's just like oh, this would all be so much easier if Fugu were awake right now. He's like he goes over to Lord Azrael, and he's like, so you're like a really smart guy too, right? And you got all these muscles. You're like the whole deal, man, like brains and muscles. He's like you can help him, right?
More steroids, but yeah.
He's like, so why isn't he waking up? What's the matter?
Oh, he's really tired. You ever been really tired, and even though you could get up out of bed, your body's like, no. That's what's happening with him. Just 5 times worse.
And he's like, yeah, I've been tired like that one time. After we were like, it was like a 12-hour, you know, like shred session. We were tearing up waves nonstop. He's like, but even then, you know, like the smell of good food, or like music, or like, you know, like, you know, there's always a little bit of will left to party. You know, Fugu's been, I've never seen him like this before, and he seems a little bit like somber.
Yeah, it's not anything to worry about. You just need to carry him. But like I said, this is 5 times worse than anything you could think of. He's physically incapable of just choosing to wake up. His body needs to sleep, not his mind.
Hey, just let me know and I'll slap him.
Not sloppy unconscious, man.
I'm just offering.
But you guys are gonna be able to, like, after a short little bit of time, fashion together like a raft, and like some sort of like vessel, and it's actually kind of cool. Like Bang Boom went all the way in. Like there's like cup holders and shit, and like you know, like but it is like there's only so much you can, you know, like amenities you can provide with like all of these like shitty materials. And you were like extra careful to make sure that you didn't include anything that could be potentially like venomous or toxic or like poisonous or anything like that. And you guys are all going to be able to travel. Scarlet, go ahead and give me yet another navigator's tools. We can see how you do reading the stars once more.
You got this, Captain.
Captain.
Rolls a 7.
Let's
I always
go.
believed in you.
You are 100% not lost. Your ship is lost, but you are 100% not lost. And as you guys kind of like make your way through the murk, you wind up in a place that kind of baffles you to a little degree, Scarlet, as you remember specifically like certain areas that you guys have traversed before and like the lay of the land and whatnot. And as you guys continue to travel onward, something seems like it's playing a trick on you. And as you guys push forward, you see another little plotch of land here that you can pull your raft onto through some trees and whatnot. And something about this seems to Scarlet almost like a reverse of like a little patch of land that you guys have seen before. It's like if it were facing in the opposite direction. Like the stars aren't lying to you, but it feels like the land itself is.
I'm gonna like ask the fishman god. Philip is his name?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, are you and your brother the only two that be lurking around these waters?
He's like, well, there's, you know, all those creepy crawlies and whoever those other guys were that you guys knocked out or whatever. Like, he kind of shudders and he's just like, and then, I mean, I guess like if your ship had any people on it, they'd probably be around here. And he just kind of like hits his head again, like trying to get it to like load. And he's just like, I don't know. And he's like, I haven't really heard anything outside of like just like the rain on the water and, you know, like a few like ribbits and croaks and chirps, and I haven't seen anyone else.
I don't see or hear nobody. You ever just feel something? Even if it's not right there. That's why I feel like I feel somebody else is here.
Before you said you feel somebody else, you're just like, do you ever just feel something? He's like, oh yeah, thankfully this whole place is like a bathroom, so you just go anywhere you want. Like,
oh, word? I'm a related message for everybody. This is the old bathroom.
oh my god. But yeah, as you guys can kind of like move around a bit on the, and like if there's anything anybody else wants to like say, you guys can kind of travel through the water using the raft and like and travel through on land and whatnot.
I want to try to call his name. I think it was Harry that had the didn't last. See if he pick up.
Is the raft currently on land?
You could drag it onto land. So the spot that you guys are on is like water approaching land, like on the map.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, what ship was it?
If you're trying to call,
I use the din.
yeah, if you're trying to call Harry, there's like a you hear it like the dial tone, and then it's just like better, and then after like a minute and a half, you hear garlic.
Yo, Harry, what's good, my homie?
And you could hear through the transponder snail what sounds like wading through water, and chirps and croaks.
You swimming? You're supposed to be looking for the ship. You missed the scaredy cat. Why are you swimming?
And the transponder snail that you hold in your hand has a blank expression and has not assumed any facial features of anybody who picked up.
I'm like, I am Captain. This is Scarlet. You answer me. Hello?
And then you'll hear a bit of a silence, and then like after like a inhale, there's like something like a spectral Scarlet.
Oh, you see my name like that for it. You just call me Scarlet. You ain't gotta like say it like that.
Brains.
The hell you want brains?
And you can see the transponder snail's eyes start to become bloodshot. And there's like a little fake fungal balloon over top of it.
Oh damn it. A zombie done picked up the din, yo.
Brains.
You can't have my brains. I'm a captain, goddammit. Give Harry the phone.
Is this a potential Azrael versus Soft D-Boy 2.0 again?
You hear the click, and there's like a hang up, and the transponder snail like goes back to looking normal, but it's kind of like shivering.
I'm gonna tell Azrael and big ass keep an eye out on the waters. And I think one of these zombies got a hold of Harry. Let's not hope that it entirely went that way. Keep your eyes out. God damn it, I hope they didn't get Harry here. I'm sick as hell.
Was anybody else able to hear this call, Vex?
All of you, if you were close enough.
I have a question. Would I be able to like listen to the background, like the ambience? You said you mentioned like birds and water, right?
Kind of sounds like pretty much everything around you right now. It just threw like a transponder snail, like a slight little echo, you know.
Is there maybe any sound in particular that wouldn't be in this area that I could recognize? Like
You can roll
a
me-
specific bird call instead of like.
Yeah, you can roll me a DC 22 nature. Anybody who wants to can try.
Nature.
Yep.
Damn.
Close. That's close. Oh, yikes.
That is not a 22.
Dill is unnatural, so he's like,
Hey,
what
you
was that?
combine them.
Hold on, I can roll for Big Ezra. We'll see.
Our collective efforts.
Could I use a guidance on that?
On Big Ezra? Or on yours?
I'll say it on me.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the d4. You need a hit. 2 or above. You literally hit it. Okay, so that's hilarious. I don't even need to roll for Big Azra. You noticed that wherever that water was, it didn't seem like it was. You heard like the waiting like of like 2 separate. It didn't seem like it was like one. You know, like when you're walking through water and it's like chest high, there's just like the one like bit of like water displacement sound effects, but when you're walking through and it's only knee high, your legs make 2 different sounds as you're wading through the water. You also heard something like a hoo hoo hoo, like an owl type of situation that you don't hear immediately around where you're at right now. So that's another
that's
qualifier.
Good information.
So more shallow water and more active
Potentially an
birds.
owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give everybody information. Said, I think Harry's close to some form of bird, specifically the one that goes hoot hoot. Dalt is currently not able to probably help me in this step. I was gonna say Dalt.
Did you just say
what kind
hoot?
of animal that is? Yeah, hoot.
And Philip is just like you knew our brother, and he like there's like a tear
What?
coming out of his eye.
Bailey was just like, you can't possibly have a motherfucker.
Look,
He's like he was who I was talking about earlier. We had a friend. He taught us all that we needed to know about thrill seeking and living in this world. He was everything, but we lost him. He's like, there's no way you knew about him. Who like is like he knew he I guess he helped a lot of fishermen, right? Cece, roll insight with advantage.
I look at Philip with genuine eyes. I have never been more ashamed of my kind.
You just crit.
Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah. As the name Hoot is mentioned, you specifically remember an individual from your past, somebody that you helped out, somebody that reminded you a little bit of these guys, and your mind is kind of taken back to a trumpet fishman named Hoot that you saw maybe about 8 months ago in a dire situation. And you
I'm gonna
remember
wander back over here.
Yeah, you remember hearing from this person like, thank you so much. You don't know how much this means, but you helping me has inspired me, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue to pay it forward and try to help others. And with Philip saying like he helped us so much, maybe he's helped a lot of other fishmen. Something in your heart kind of breaks as you hear that he is no longer
Cece's
with us.
crying right now. Yeah. And she's gonna look at
absolutely
Philip.
ruin
Be like,
that mood.
Hoot's dead? Was he a what'd you say was trumpet horn fishman?
Just a trumpet fish.
A trumpet fishman? I'm gonna ask Philip.
He just kind of like grabs you by your shoulders. He's like, you did know him. And he's like kind of crying, and he's just like, oh no. And he kind of like, he's just like, he kind of starts like uncontrollably sobbing like Frankie every time he hears a tragic backstory. And you remember words that were said to you, you know, back in the past, as you shared a meal with somebody that you had helped out of a shitty situation. And on the dock of a ship, you remember hearing and like sharing like a bowl of rice with this individual that you cooked up after helping them. And he said, yeah, you'll never know how much I appreciate you. To some, it's all about the waves you make, but to others, it's just a matter of keeping your head above water. But no matter who you are, the ocean still treats you the same. Except you. I've never seen anything like what you can do. It's like you have a blessing of the sea itself. And there's another voice coming from off the side that we cannot see right now, from another individual with a much deeper tone, who says like, yeah, but be careful. It's like the sea loves you so much that if it ever gets a hold of you, it won't let go.
Yeah, I can't swim. That does make sense.
Just let me know when I can ruin this moment.
So there's like Mother Sea's playing in the background, and there's like the cloudy border as like we have like this little flashback, and we're brought back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
And I'm gonna embrace Philip.
Your hoot, okay? I could give 2 hoots less about your hoot. I just need to find the animal that goes hoot hoot. That's it.
Oh. Well, me and him are embraced right now, Ragnar. Okay? We're having a moment.
Lord Azrael.
Oh, Lord Azrael. We're having a moment.
Listen, we don't have time for all this hugs and kisses.
Cece looks at you in the eyes for the first time since you've met her, Lord Azrael. And then she wipes her tears and she's like, you're right, we've got to save the captain. And then she puts her hands on Philip's shoulders, and he's like taller than her, so she's like levitating a bit because of her devil fruit. And she's like, look, Philip, we'll mourn his loss later, but right now we have to save your brother and we have to save our captain.
I was thinking of saving Harry and Samia and Dill, but sure, the captain and the others as well.
Oh yeah, Samia definitely needs saved as well. Who's Dill?
He kind of sniffles a little bit and wipes like some mucus and like some like tears away, and he's just like, "You're right. Who'd always used to say that we're all equals before a big enough wave. But if you could harness those inevitable forces that be and capitalize on that momentum, you'll be free to go with any flow you want to." And he starts sobbing all over again, and he's just like he grabs like a fugu, and like kind of affirms and like his stance and everything. He's like, "We're gonna get through this, you guys. We're gonna find your ship. We're gonna save your captain and whoever this hairy person is." And he like clutches his fists and let's see. Yeah, as that all happens, everybody give me an active perception. 23 is insane.
That's without disadvantage, so it's 13.
God.
I don't. Did Balincc roll for Scarlet? I think a 23 is enough, but we'll see if we get anything bigger.
Oh.
Holy shit! Okay, Scarlet and Davos, the two of you together,
Let's go.
are going to be able to like hear just out of like the Davos, you kind of hear like a splashing coming from one direction that is a similar cadence to like those creepy company that you guys had dealt with, and you absolutely do not want any part in that. And out of the corner of your eye, just at the edge of this like haze, something bright and purple and pink and prickly catches your gaze. While that happens, Scarlet,
Sorry, in which direction?
near the edge of the fog of war here, like forward towards the middle of the map. While that happens, so like, yeah, like literally right there, like in that area. While that happens, Scarlet, you are able to hear in your mind's eye a hoot coming from not too far ahead in the swamp. So these seem to be the answers to all of your problems, presumably. So how will you two react as you are given these two different pieces of information?
What are you talking to me?
Yeah, you're the one who hears the hoot, and Davos is seeing some sort of thing that resembles what Philip was describing.
I'm like, oh, who? I'm gonna look back. Yo, what goes who? Who can answer that for me? Who am I? I'm gonna go like make like bird flapping in my back. I'm like, who? Stick my neck out like a chicken.
Bruh. That is hilarious.
Who are you? Who?
Oh my god.
I don't know, Davos. You tell me. Who?
I really want to know. So, Lord Azrael, you would be able to see Scarlet acting like a bird and saying hoot hoot, like what goes hoot. And Davos, how do you act right now?
I guess I'll point out to the others what I've just noticed out of the corner of my eye and go, hey, I'm trying to think of like a name for the brothers. Philip, Fugu. Look over there. Isn't that what we're looking for?
He just goes like, huh? And Phil,
There.
okay. he
I was trying to think of something. It wasn't happening.
Yeah, as this all happens, I'm gonna go ahead and say that there seems to be, you guys are still kind of like in the murky waters here. There seems to be something that tugs at Davos's ankles underneath the bog water. And while the captain is dancing around like a bird and saying, what goes hoot? Who can tell me that? Hoot hoot. I really want to know. Davos is pulled under the water.
Am I able to like as I'm imitating this bird, and I try to like jump and like dive for Davos?
You would need to give me a perception to see if you're able to notice him being pulled underneath the water.
Oh, can I do that as well? Oh.
You can. The DC is phenomenally high.
Oh, I guess that's not gonna do it, huh?
22 suffice.
22 potentially. Real quick though, Scarlet, roll me a Constitution save. I forgot to do that whenever
God damn it!
I forgot whenever we set. Nah, we're not gonna keep forgetting, are we?
God damn it! We should. Yo, chat. Say forget.
So that is without
damn it.
That's without bless also. So go ahead and re-roll that perception for me, flat. you don't notice a thing. You feel a cold sweat on your brow. You feel thirsty. You feel hungry. And as this hoot is heard in the back of your mind, you can also hear several voices from different directions all chanting, brains, brains. And that's where we're gonna call it for the night. Wonderful session, huge. We love to see it. Hell yeah! How you feeling, crew?
I mean, I'm alright. I guess I got my bad rules out of the way. So.
I was muted.
Great session.
In answer to your question, like and subscribe.
Okay. There are probably some lichens here in this swamp. Yeah, some lichens. I don't know what a subscribe is. No, I'm kidding.
If werewolves show up, man, no,
bro, you have no idea. So Davos mysteriously missing, and the rest of the crew being led by a fanatic version of their just like an absolute mad Scarlet. It seems there's like a little bit of a smile that comes over Scarlet's face. It's almost a bit of a sinister gaze as the party trudges forward through the swamp. We will figure out how this all unfolds not next week, because we are going to be on break again, as a few of the crew are going to be unavailable. But if everybody is free the following week, I know Mikey is going to be preoccupied, but that's fine, because we can cover what is going on with you whenever you get back.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hell yeah. So I'm gonna spit it over to my players, let them plug whatever they want to plug, say whatever they want to say about the world and the vibes and the session and whatnot before I go to a cover story in a moment.
W vibes, W stream, W chat. Just want to say W to all. Come check us out this Wednesday and this Saturday, where we'll be having the Eternal Dawn live streams. Come check us out. Come pop out for some vibes. You know, they're immaculate as well over there. Also on Saturday, come out and watch Dire Regulus's stream, where we're catching up from last week's to finish taking out the Hagen, because we missed last week. It's all good. Can't all be there every week. It's all good. Everyone needs a break. But yes, we are taking out the Hagens. Come
Hell
on.
yeah.
Go. Oh yeah. I echo the sentiment. W session. I'm going away across the pond, so that'll be a lot of fun, but I am gonna miss you guys. Group 2 solos big time. We did have a Mikey's Men session planned for Thursday, but it did end up being better for us to just wait until we got back, so further news there. But until next time, guys, it's been fun as always. Vex, thank you for hosting and putting this together. This was a really fun one. I had a lot of fun tonight, guys.
This was an amazing session. And with the Mikey's Men stuff, go to my channel. You can watch all of our previous sessions. A lot of people have been recently, so thank anyone who has for that. We'll be back shortly. And you can watch Rambling Addiction over there, which there's a new episode this week, and it comes out on either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure when I'll be able to finish the edit, because it's such a big episode, guys. I talk about Egghead for a very long time with a special guest. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, go to the session, man. When you hit me with that flashback, I was flabbergasted. I didn't even know how to react. I was flabbergasted.
I could kind of tell. But yeah, links for all of the crew members in the description. Please go subscribe to all of their stuff and go check out the other One Piece D&D sessions. And You can be completely up to date on all of the updates for the Eternal Dawn crew and my own content as well if you join my Discord server. The link in the description for that as well. But yeah, it's gonna be hard being on break next week and not being able to pick up from this, but you know how I do. I gotta leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and we will hopefully be ready. I'll keep you guys posted on the community tab and in the Discord on when we'll be doing our next session, but shoot for 2 weeks from now. We'll just be missing Mikey, unfortunately, and we'll figure out what's going on with Davos whenever Mikey can return to us. But we want to keep pumping out consistent quality content for you guys. It's just always rough during the holidays, but thank you so much. If you stuck around this long, you're goated. You're absolutely amazing. Make sure you like the stream, and I'm gonna go ahead and read this cover story and then close things out for the night. Next stop, Livniel Kingdom. Interior: a lavish and luxurious cabin of a sailing ship, easily the size of a courtyard, with high ceilings and an indoor fountain. Beside the water fixture was a decorated throne, surrounded by botanical gardens and ornate crystal lamps. Specks of diamond and gold glimmered amidst the flowing water as it cascaded down the marble centerpiece and refracted the ivory glow like a chandelier. The entrance to this chamber was like that of a vault behind heavy lock and key. A naval officer punched in codes into a pin pad and entered into a vestibule dividing this chamber from the rest of the outside world. He took a deep breath in as the first door sealed behind him, and like an airlock, the lobby area began to pump oxygen out and pressurize. Only after the officer exhaled did the interim space decompress and the second door unlocked. Saint Soriard, my apologies for the disturbance, but we've had to adjust the itinerary slightly. The officer fixed his gaze to the floor, and he bowed his head and knelt before a celestial dragon. He made sure to draw as few precious breaths of this pure air as possible, not to make eye contact, and to approach only once acknowledged. But even while following each of the rules and exhibiting full subservience and reverence towards a leader of the world, there was still a slight stutter to the seasoned veteran's speech. I have not approved any said adjustments. What is the meaning of this? Forgive me, Your Holiness. We have been informed that the Livniel Kingdom is under siege by a Class 5 Sea King, so the guard has opted to a sea. What? A sea beast, sire. I will decide who will bear the title of king in this despicable sea. We'll be making no such adjustments. Yes, sire. I'll inform the guard.